News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
I'll look back at Friday's testimony at the Marcus Karma murder trial at Missoula. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. Here it is Monday, December the 15th, 2014. Right now, we have 28 degrees under a mostly clear sky in Missoula. And this newscast is sponsored by Temp Right Service. Got any plumbing or heating problems? You just call Team Blue at 728-1111. The final witness for the state on Friday at the Karma trial was Missoula Police Detective Guy Baker. Defense attorney Lisa Kaufman challenged Baker's knowledge of forensic science while investigating the shooting death of 17-year-old German exchange student Darren Dede.
What science do you rely on to tell this jury where Dede's body was before or after the shots?
I used common sense and my training experience on being exposed to lots of crime scenes with blood and the transfer of blood to surfaces and my observations.
Kaufman then asked Baker what formal training he had received in self-defense related shootings.
Did you tell us, or would you tell us, how many hours of training you've had in self-defense shooting investigations?
Specifically self-defense, I can't specifically recall.
Following Baker's testimony, the prosecution rested its case. The first Karma defense witness, Dr. Ron Martinelli, challenged several of the methods used by Missoula police in the way they handled the investigation into the fatal shooting of Dede. Attorney Brian Smith asked Martinelli his opinion about how Karma was charged with deliberate homicide just a few hours after the shooting.
And what's the rush? You can certainly have Mr. Karma down there and interview him and get as much information at that particular time as you can. But based on what I saw, I just felt that there was much more work that needed to be done before they made that determination.
Karma's defense team is alleging that he was defending his home and family when he killed Darren Dede in his garage April 27th. Testimony resumes at 8 o'clock this morning. And Judge Ed McLean said he expects to wrap up the trial and have it go to the jury by Wednesday. Montana's Political Practices Commissioner says a newly elected Democratic state representative faces an undetermined fine for initially failing to report $900 she spent for campaign postcards. The Missoulian reports Commissioner Jonathan Motel will be meeting with Kimberly Dudick to negotiate the size of the fine. Dudick's opponent, the November 4th election, independent Gary Marbut, filed a complaint against her over that expense. Dudick says she amended her report within 4 hours of learning of the omission and notified Modal about it. Dudick defeated Marbut by 48 votes out of almost 3,400 cast. Marbut has also filed a lawsuit seeking a recount of more than 190 absentee ballots that were unreadable, damaged, or contained some question about the voter's intent. That suit has not yet come to trial. A driver from Missoula discovered a fatal accident at about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon out on Highway 200 near Clearwater Junction. The driver contacted the Montana Highway Patrol and led Trooper Luke Burson to the scene of the fatal accident. Burson said the accident occurred about 3 miles east of the junction of Highways 200 and 83 near the Missoula County line.
A pickup was hauling a Jeep on a car hauler eastbound on Highway 200 near mile marker 35. Unknown when it happened. We're estimating that it happened last night at some time, so the roads were probably icy.
Burson describes what happened in the accident.
He was coming around a right-handed curve, and it looks like he lost control. Both vehicles ended up going over the guardrail and rolling down a hillside. They ended up on a old railroad bed just above the Blackfoot River.
Both vehicles had license plates indicating they were from the Great Falls area. The name of the victim is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. The investigation continues by the Highway Patrol. Light snow fell yesterday in parts of Montana, causing slick road conditions, we just mentioned. The National Weather Service posted winter weather advisories for north central and south central Montana on Sunday, including Billings and Great Falls. In addition, a freezing rain advisory was in effect for northeast Montana, including Glendive. Light snow that fell Saturday and Sunday left slick roads in many parts of central and western Montana, including stretches of I-15, 90, and 94. The snow was expected to be mostly out of the state by later today. Some Flathead County residents have complained that their mailboxes are being damaged by county snowplows. However, the county responds that that's the price homeowners have to pay if they want plowed roads. The Flathead County Road and Bridge Department says mailboxes are considered an encroachment on the county's right-of-way. This means landowners are responsible for any damage plow does to a mailbox. This could be from a plow physically hitting the mailbox or the weight of the snow that's being plowed pushing the mailbox over. The number one concern of county maintenance is safety, not mailboxes. A new poll from the Montana Chamber of Commerce shows that Montanans largely favor the development of coal export terminals in Washington and Oregon. Pro-coal advocate Chuck Deneau of Count on Coal, Montana, has these details.
A vast majority of Montanans want to see more coal development in Montana and really want to see us start to export more of our coal over into the Asian market. On coal exports specifically, 62% of Montanans said that we should be building additional export capacity on the Pacific Coast.
While Deneau cheered the numbers from the poll, he said there were disturbing numbers recently released from an economic study conducted by Energy Ventures Analysis on the impact of the new EPA carbon emission regulations.
Montanans are going to get hit pretty hard with these regulations. It's going to be about a 53% increase in energy costs in Montana, and that translates to about a $500 increase in the average Montana family's energy bill. So some pretty tough hits to consumers. It's also going to be real tough on our job market.
Rumors are rife on the internet that Colorado School of Mines head coach Bob Stitt will be named the new head football coach at the University of Montana sometime today or tomorrow. The Helena Independent Record reported over the weekend that Stitt will be Montana's 37th head football coach. KGVO News contacted University of Montana Athletic Director Kent Haslam on Friday regarding the rumor and received a message that no announcement would be made over the weekend. When asked about the explosion of rumors on Twitter and other social media, Haslam messaged, and I quote, "There has not been a hire, and it won't happen over the weekend. One tweet and everyone thinks it's done. We only announce something when everything is finalized and contracted. That's how it has to be," end quote. KGVO News will stay on top of the story and report the new hire if and when it occurs. The new coach will replace Mick Delaney, who retired after Montana's lost Eastern Washington last week. Our News Talk time now is 6:10.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies today with our high temperatures topping out in the low 30s. We'll keep our wind out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with our lows in the upper teens. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.